Hey everybody, welcome back to the Webb Toyota Virtual Test Drive Series. With you as always, my name's Ryan. I'm here today to show you the 2019 Avalon. And as you can see, this is just a gorgeous looking car. They've completely redesigned the car all the way from the ground up. They've put it in what they're calling the Toyota Next Generation Architecture, which gives it a lot more aggressive styling, a lot more of a sporty look to it. And you know, the negative connotation with the Avalon for so long is that it looks like a grandma car. You know, why am I going to drive this car? That's something my grandma's going to buy. But with them doing this, I mean, it really makes it look like this isn't your grandma's car. So let's take a little quick walk around and then we'll hop inside. So as you can see, like I was talking about, you know, they give those aggressive lines on the hood all the way down the side of the vehicle. And they these new headlights that they put on, LEDs. And the coolest thing about them is, if you can see right here, it has a traveling blinker to it. And that's just a cool little feature, you know. And this one right here that we're driving, this is actually the hybrid, and it's a hybrid limited, so this is almost top of the line. But the hybrid is the coolest part about the hybrid is this number right here, 43 miles to the gallon. You can't really beat that. You know, with the way gas prices are going nowadays, the better the gas mileage, the more important the car as far as I'm concerned. And you know, it's good for the environment and everything. So you still get the sporty look, and you still get the speed out of the Avalon that you're used to seeing, but it's also a hybrid. And you got the traveling blinkers here on the back as well. Tons of trunk space, and this is just a gorgeous looking car. So let's hop inside and I'll show you everything. So here we are on the inside of the Avalon, and you know, the Avalon is the top of the range in the Toyota line. So as far as sedans are concerned, you got the Corolla, Camry, and then the Avalon. So this is the biggest sedan that Toyota makes, and as you can see, there is just loads and loads of room in here. I mean, I'm 6'3", Russ over there, he's like 5'5", and we just got tons of room. And in the back seat, you got a lot of room as well, and you know, it's comfortable for the passengers back there and everything like that. So this being the limited, as you can see, like, you got the really nice kind of stitched pleats over here on the side, and this is actually wood grain going all the way through and all the way down this line on the other side. And the cool thing about that little piece of trivia for you is that's actually wood. It's real wood, and it's from the Yamaha Corporation. You know, the Yamaha makes guitars, pianos, all that sort of stuff, and mostly motorcycles, but I don't think the wood comes from their motorcycle department. So we're going to start right here, and we're going to kind of work our way up as we normally do. So here we have the middle console. A lot of room down there. Put a lot of CDs, put a lot of change, that sort of stuff. And what's cool about the Avalon is it actually has 5 USB ports in it, which is pretty phenomenal. And you can see I actually have a USB plugged into this one. The Avalon actually has Amazon Alexa and Apple CarPlay in it. So in order to use Apple CarPlay, I'm an iPhone guy, you have to have your phone plugged into this particular USB port. And then you have 2 other ones right over here, and then there are 2 in the back seat for your back passengers as well. In order to use Apple CarPlay, like I said, you have to have it plugged in. We've done a video over the Apple CarPlay, so if you're curious about that, just look through the channel, and then you can look through that, and that'll detail that a lot better. So I'm going to close this real quick. Moving up from there, you have an electronic parking brake. This engages and disengages itself as you put it into park and anything like that. If you're parked on a hill, it'll sense that. Up from there, you have the brake hold option. Now, this is a really cool thing. It's been in Lexus for a while, and they've started entering it into the Toyota line, that every time you start the vehicle, you need to press this button to engage it. And then what it does is, whenever you come up to a stoplight, or if you're driving through a Taco Bell drive-through or something like that, once the vehicle comes to a complete stop, and it's sat there for, I think it's 2 seconds, the computer will actually engage the brake for you. And so you can take your foot off the brake while you're sitting there at the light, and until you press on the gas, then it disengages the brake. So that's what this hold button is. EV mode stands for electronic vehicle, and what it's doing is you're telling the Avalon, I want to use purely battery power. And so, but until you reach a certain limit, or until you accelerate too far, it'll take itself out. I mean, the hybrid is a self-contained system. You don't have to plug it in, you don't have to do anything like that. And but this is just you telling the car, I want you to use as much as the battery as possible. Up from there, you can see we have our Eco, Normal, and Sport modes. The way I explain this is that the Eco mode is, this is, of course, you're buying a hybrid, You want the best gas mileage you can, always drive in eco mode. But the way I explain this is eco is use more battery power, normal uses a mixture between battery and gas, and sport is use more of the gas engine, because it does have a gas engine in it as well. Up from there, of course, we have our regular shifter, neutral, park reverse, neutral drive, and then it does have the mode where you can take it down into drive, and then you press it over to the side, and that puts it into standard mode. You didn't see me, but I put quotations around the standard mode. And what that does is it allows you to control your gear shift points. So if you're driving down, I use it when I'm driving down something like a Wolf Creek Pass or Uray Pass or anything like that. You can put it down into third or second gear and let the transmission hold you, as opposed to riding your brake the whole time. Cool thing about this cup holder, it's another little one of the things I love about Toyota is it seems like it's designed by real people. That you can see you have a regular circular cup holder and then a squared cup holder on this end. And that's because the people at Toyota know that people put their phones in their cup holders all the time. So they actually made it square so you can sit it in there and lean it, and it'll just kind of hold back, and then you can still see your phone. So that's just another little cool feature. Behind all of this, we have a nice little cubby that my phone currently is sitting on top of, but it's just a nice little cubby, and it's hollow from the sides and from this side as well. So it's, you know, it makes it quick access, makes it really easy to access things that you need to grab. Up from there, we have all of our climate control system, and you got heated seats. This one being limited, it has air conditioned seats as well. You know, an air conditioned seats is one of those things that you're like, why would I need air conditioned seats? But when it's 105 degrees outside in New Mexico, and you know you're sitting in a leather car, those air conditioned seats are probably one of the coolest things you're ever going to feel. And it does have. Let me get this started. It does have dual climate control, so I can have my temperature set at a certain degree. Russ over there can have his temperature set at another degree. You know, I know men and women normally run about 10 degrees different from each other, and that's just the best thing that you can have in that situation. You're not fighting over air. You got your hazards, and then up from there we have our multimedia system. This is the Apple CarPlay that I was talking about. If you have more questions about that, like I said, go watch that video. It's a lot more detailed and it goes into that. I'm not going to go into that now because, like I said, we have another video for that purpose. Over from the side there, we have our steering wheel. You know, the Avalon comes with all the new safety features on it. Has lane departure assist, so if you creep over a lane line, it's going to beep at you. That's what this button here is. Has radar cruise control, so it actually will control your distance from a car as opposed to a speed. And you can control everything you need to from these. We go over these steering wheels in our Webb Tech series as well, so take a look at that. I'm going to go ahead and grab this real quick. You can see on the Avalon, and this being a hybrid, that this over here where our tachometer would normally be, this is a visual indicator of what's currently being used as far as the hybrid system is concerned. So when it's in eco, this little green portion right there, that means that it's using mostly the battery. When it's in the power band, the white band right there, that means it's using the gas engine. And then when it's in this little blue area where it says charge, like if you take your foot off the brake and if you're coasting to a street light, then you'll see it dip down into that charge area, and that means that it's using the kinetic energy of the wheels to charge the battery. That's what I'm talking about when I say that it's a completely inbound system. It charges itself. And over here on the side, we got automatic headlights, we got traction control, heated steering wheels. I mean, come on, heated steering wheels, that's pretty cool. Pop the trunk there. This is to pop the gas engine, and this is to pull up your 360-degree camera. And it's kind of hard to see. I'm facing the wrong way, but you can see right there in the window, you can see this little 0 and then P. So it actually has a heads-up display on it. So I don't have to constantly, when I'm driving, I don't have to constantly be looking down and up and down and up like that. I can actually see it. It's being reflected onto the window for me, so I can see exactly. The 0 is your speed, and then the P is what gear you're currently in. So you can actually see all that stuff on the window as you're driving. It makes it really nice. You're not being distracted, because we all know what happens to distracted drivers, right? This being limited as well, I just go ahead and take a look at this speaker, or you can show that one over there on that side. Look at those 3 letters right there. JBL. This comes with a full JBL sound system, so it sounds good. It has an amplifier actually already built in, and so of course it's going to sound great. And then up very top, we got the sunroof. I mean, everybody loves a sunroof. Cruising around at 10 o'clock at night with the sunroof open, nothing better than that on a summer day. So that's kind of a brief overview of the Avalon. I'd love to have you come down to the shop, take it for a test drive. Come and ask for me. My name is Brian, and like I said, I'd love to hook you guys up and show you more about this thing, or call the shop at Webb Toyota, 505-327-5900. Thank you.